Hi friends, welcome to Tennis channel once again. In this video, let's talk about the data validation. Before we start, if you are new to this channel, please share, like and subscribe this video. Let's begin. So data validation is basically one of the most beautiful and useful inbuilt function of MS Excel. So you can use this functionality to control the data that is entered by an user, and you restrict that user to enter a specific range of numbers or text or date. So we look at different settings that we can make to restrict the user to enter a particular set of values into the cell. So we can restrict the user from entering a range of numbers, text and date. You can also use data validation functionality to create an Excel drop-down list, which is definitely one of the coolest and most powerful features in Excel. Okay, so let's do the data validation for our first category, that is numbers. So I want to restrict the user, so I have 6 fields here, 6 different cells. So I want to restrict my users from entering any numbers. So I'll give a parameter, I'll give a criteria, that is the user should enter the numbers in between 1 and 50. So anything less than 1, anything greater than 50, the Excel should stop them from entering those numbers. Okay, so to do that, you need to select this area. So this is very important. If you click only on one cell, the data validation will be applicable to only that cell. So you need to select the whole entire area where you want the data validation to happen. So I'm selecting all this. Now the data validation is available in the data tab in your Excel. Under the data, you have the data validation here. So there is a drop down. When you click, there is a option for data validation. So when you click that, you get this small window here, that is data validation window, and in that you have 3 options: settings, input message and error alert. So we'll look at them one by one. First the settings, and under that you have validation criteria, allow any value, by default it is, and there is a drop down next to that, if you can see. So if you click on this drop down, you have any value, whole number, decimal, list, date, time, text length, custom. Right now my criteria is numbers, so I'll select whole number. As soon as you select, the further parameters will show up. So data, it will ask, is it between or not between or equal to, not equal to. So you have all the options here. So as per your requirement, you can select any of these options. So my requirement is between, so I'll select between, and I need to specify the minimum number. Say I'll say 1 is the minimum number, and maximum it should not cross 50. So I'm restricting the users to enter the numbers between 1 and 50, nothing more than that, nothing less than that. So then I click OK. So my data validation is set now. Okay, so if I start entering the numbers here, say for example I enter 23, it accepts. 45 I enter, it will accept. Now if I enter 65, I'll get an error message. Okay, it says the value you entered is not valid. A user has restricted values that can be entered into the cell. Right, so you'll get 3 options: retry, cancel and help. Now if you click on retry, Excel will allow you one more chance to enter the data. Now if I enter 49, say for example, it will accept. So these cells are restricted ones. Now if you want your users to be restricted, then you can use the data validation. So rest of the fields are also like that. I'll get the error message whenever I enter the number greater than 50 or less than 1. See, so I'll have to enter the correct numbers like this. So this is for numbers. So same like numbers, you can also apply the data validation for say date or decimals, or you have other options in the data validation, like the time you can enter. Right, so let's see the other category, that is text length. How we can do that? We can do it in the same similar fashion like we did for numbers. We restrict the users to enter some characters, minimum and maximum characters. Less than that and more than that, it should not accept. So this is about the characters, that is alphabets we are going to look at. So again, select the area here, go to the data tab and click on the data validation. You get this window. This time it is text length, so I'll select the text length, and again the data says between, the parameter is between. Minimum, say I enter 2, and maximum it should be say 5. So in between 2 to 5 characters or alphabets only it is allowing. Less than 2 if you enter, it will not accept, and more than 5 also it should not accept. So let's say OK. Now let's enter characters, some characters, say A, B, C. It will accept because it is more than 2. Less than 5, it is also accepted. Now for this one I'll get the error message because it is greater than 5. So again the same error message I'll get the error, another chance to enter the data. So I'll go on entering like this. So this is for text length. So if you want to restrict the users to use a certain character, certain string of characters, then you can use data validation for text length. Okay, the third category for data validation is the most interesting and very important one. So creating a drop-down list and restricting the users to use one of those options which are coming in the drop-down. Okay, so to do that, again you need to select where you want the data validation, then go to the data tab. Under that you have data validation, click on the data validation. This time instead of any value we select list here. Okay, so list, when you select, it will ask for this source, so you can manually type. Okay, some, say for example the status, I'll select. Okay, so I have entered 4 different statuses. So as soon as I click on OK, I get a drop down here. So if you see for these there is no drop down. You click on any cell, there is no drop down. Only for this you will get a drop down here. Okay, now I have selected only till here, so I'll get the drop down till here. For any cell you select, click on that, you get this drop down. After this, if I click on the cells, there is no drop down. So this is again can become problematic if you don't select it properly before you apply the data validation. Right, now when you click on this drop down, you will get those statuses: confirmed, waiting, RSC, cancelled. So you can select one of that. Right, so if I enter something which is not there in the list which I mentioned, I'll get an error message. It says a user has restricted. Again you will get the same error. Okay, so this is one way of creating the list from the data validation. The other way is, we'll do it next to this. So I have entered these statuses in a different column. Okay, so you select, I want the data validation for this column as well, for these many cells. So I'll select the cells and then go to data validation, click on data validation. This time it is list. I'll select the list. Now instead of entering manually, I may make some spelling mistakes if I enter it manually. So the better option is, you can tell the source, you can give the source to Excel itself, so it will choose. So you have to click on the source of the list. So you can click on this blue color icon here, it becomes a small one. Now you can select where your source is. Right, now click on this blue icon again, it will come. So you can see the source range that is selected. Okay, so if you are okay with this, then click on OK. Now again you will get the drop down, and you click on the drop down, you will get the same options that you have mentioned in the list of the source list. Right, the only problem with this option is, if someone plays around with this list. Say for example, I'll select only those which are available in the list. Okay, now this is my source. So if someone comes and deletes this RSE here, okay, so I will not be able to select that again when you come back to this data validation where you applied. See, it is become blank here because it has been deleted. So the source can be always be damaged by someone, or you don't want someone to play around with this. In such cases, what you need to do is you can protect these cells, or you can lock these cells, or you can hide these in some place where only you know where you have hidden it, or you can put it in some other sheet so that the users or anyone, no one can access this source and make changes to that. But you need to remember that if you forget, then it is not retrievable, it will be gone permanently. Okay, the next part is the error alert. Say for example, if I'm entering something which is not there in the list, I get an error message, right? So we can edit this error message, we can make our own verbiage for this error message. So how to do that? You can go to the data validation, select this again, and then go to data validation. Now we already created the data validation, but we have not given the error alert. So go to the error alert part, which is the last tab. Now here you have the title and the error message. So the title, I'll say say for example error, I have put the title, and error message, this message will be displayed to the users. So I give the error message, please select from the list only. So this message I want the user to see. Okay, so then I'll click OK here. So next time when I make some other changes here, I'll get the title as error and then the message that I have typed there, please select from the list only. Okay, so we can make it little more organized, and you can present the data in a very organized manner to the users. So users may not understand what is going on with data validation, so they get to know by reading this message that you have typed there. Okay, the last and the most important part of the data validation is the input message. So earlier we saw there is also a part in the data validation window, that is input message. So here in the first column, let's come to this. So we have entered a parameter, there is a criteria, there is a condition here. What is the condition? The user should enter the numbers in between 1 and 50. So this I know, I have created the data validation, so I am aware of it, but the user may not be aware of it. So how to make the user know about this restriction? To make them understand, you can use the input alert or input message. So to do that, you have to go to the data validation, which we have already created for this. Now here you have the input message. So settings we have already discussed, error alert we discussed. Now let's give the input message. So again you will have a title here, so let's give the title, say input alert. So I type input alert, and then my input message will be please enter the numbers between 1 and 50. Now this is the most clearest message that I can give to my users, right? So this will not make any changes to the value of the cell, or it will not make any changes to the data validation. This is just for the information of the users. Okay, we'll say OK. So now you see, you enter any cell on this data validation, you will get an input error alert, that is please this is an instruction, not the error. Input alert, please enter the numbers between 1 and 50. So they will come to know that what mistake they are doing, so what numbers they are not allowed to enter, they will come to know with the help of this message that we have given to the user. So this is the input alert. So first one, you can use any numbers and you can give the condition. Second one, you can give the error alert. Third one, you can put the input alert, all in this data validation, the most important function of Excel. So that was data validation in Excel for you guys. So please like and share this video and subscribe to my channel for more updates. Thank you for watching this video.